In keeping with their yearly Summer Arcade event, Microsoft is once again promoting a new set of headline arcade titles. The event started July 20th with Bastion and ends August 17th with Toy Soldiers Cold War. One of the more recent newcomers is the sandbox game From Dust, in which you are a godlike being that must protect and enlighten the indigenous people that inhabit your world. I haven't had a chance to complete the game 100% yet, but I'm hoping I can give you guys enough information to help you determine if this is a worthwhile purchase. Much like an RTS game, one of your primary objectives is to grow and expand upon your followers' starting village. But unlike your typical real-time strategy game, you have minimal control over the action of the tribesmen. In fact, all you can really do is tell them to go to different build locations. Once there, the structures they build and their actions afterwards are done independent of your input. Your major influence involves manipulating the nature around your people. Do you want your followers to build across a river? Pick up some sand and construct a bridge. Do you want your people to have food to eat? Redirect rivers into dry areas of soil to promote plant growth. But although you use nature to expand your tribe, it also works against you to annihilate them. Tsunamis and volcanic eruptions are just a couple of the things that threaten to destroy your people. But as your village occupies larger amounts of land, and as you progress through the game, you gain more powers to ward off the harsh environment. If a tsunami threatens to engulf a town, you can turn water into jelly and relocate the waves to a safe region. Or if a fire is slowly burning your society to the ground, you can instantly douse all flames at once. In order to guarantee success, you need to use all of your available abilities, sometimes simultaneously, to safely expand your people. In terms of controlling your powers, it's rather easy, and there is certainly not a very steep learning curve. In fact, most missions are extremely easy to complete, but I'm told that the last few missions are very difficult, so I'll need to finish the game in order to confirm this. From a distance visually, this game is amazing, especially for an Xbox Live Arcade title. The water, trees, sand, and rocks all have very sharp, almost realistic appearances, and although almost every level I've encountered is made of predominantly the same elements, the overall structures of each world are different enough to remove any feeling of repetition. Another interesting feature is that the world will change even without your intervention. New rivers will emerge from the ground and carve pathways into the sand, redepositing the soil downstream. Volcanoes will erupt, forming new landmasses as this lava reaches the water, and forests will sprout up and grow across the landscape. As you enter new worlds, its overall composition and structure could and will change drastically as you play. Up close, the visuals are not as polished, but since you spend a large portion of your time controlling the game from a distance, this was never really an issue for me. The sound is suitable for the game, it does a good job of adding to the experience and giving life to the nature that surrounds you, but it's not breathtaking. They add different tribal chants and songs to help the experience, and it works for the game, but it's certainly nothing spectacular in my opinion.
Di siao duniani dan kedua-dua bahagia kupasu. Tanah.
Don't go into this game expecting a deep explanation about the people you are protecting or why you truly exist in the first place. I still have a couple missions left, but as of now, there really has not been much in terms of story development. It does have a loose narration at the beginning of each mission that guides you along, but nothing truly engaging. In fact, some of the cinematics used to show progression through the game are simply repeats of earlier ones. Although this game is somewhat lacking in this area, it really doesn't hinder the overall experience. This game's strong suits lie more in its visuals and its puzzle-like gameplay mechanics. For me, I just never really needed an in-depth explanation about my origins or overall purpose. Could it have helped? Yeah, but I don't find myself feeling upset or disappointed with the game due to its lack of more developed story. Overall, this is a really fun title that is at least worth downloading the trial and giving it a chance. I've run into some small bugs along the way, but From Dust has been a very enjoyable experience up to this point. It is different from a lot of mainstream titles that have been released in recent months, and it's priced at 1200 Microsoft points. The campaign missions may take you a couple of days to complete depending on how much time you decide to play with the environment. When you're completed, there are a set of challenge missions to extend the overall longevity of the game. For me, I definitely recommend picking this up, especially if the overall premise has already piqued your interest. Also, if you don't feel like picking this up on Xbox, it's going to be released on PSN a couple months from now, and it's on Steam as well. Let me know what you guys think of the title, and like always, take it easy.